What's up guys, welcome to Voicey here. This is your host, Captain Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledParents.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.
Alright, so this story's called Entitled Racist Grandparents Demand I Get Married and Give Them a Kid, including an extra kid for my boyfriend's younger brother because he is gay and can't have children. Okay, first of all, most gay men can have children of their own because they got the equipment, but they don't want to use it like that. But I get it, I'm just being a pain in the butt. Final update written. This is quite a long story, but I'll try to summarize it as much as possible. I'm sorry, I tend to rant. For starters, I'm 19, but I've been with my boyfriend for a little over 2 years. He's just 21 years old. But he is seriously the most amazing person I've ever met. Extremely centered and has goals that he is working towards reaching. With this said, his parents are extremely amazing. They are basically a second set of parents to me. Still, they travel a lot. A little bit of background from them. My boyfriend's dad is Australian. He was married before getting together with my boyfriend's mom. He has 2 other kids, a boy and a girl, that are in their early 30s. I've met them and they are really nice, but this means that he is the second generation to have kids in his 20s. This divorce made him accept a job offer that made him move to El Salvador, where he met his current wife. His wife's parents are Colombian, but they live in El Salvador. In the end, my boyfriend's parents moved to El Salvador to take care of boyfriend's mom's parents. In El Salvador, they started a travel agency that now is relatively successful, which was my boyfriend's dad's dream since the beginning. But he was pushed by his father to start a family soon. Having a travel agency means that a lot of their traveling comes from the airplane's special offers or hotels that want to promote themselves. I'm mentioning this for you to understand how boyfriend's grandfather pressured his son to quit his dream to start a family soon. And now he wants to do the same to his grandson, aka my boyfriend. Literally every time I've spoken to them, it's, "When are you getting married and having kids?" And not only that, but they tried doing the same to boyfriend's half-siblings, and apparently the pressure was so much that they moved from Australia to Spain to be away from them. If you have seen previous posts of mine, you can see that recently my boyfriend's little brother finally broke off a toxic relationship. His parents were traveling, but as soon as they heard what had happened, they booked the first flight home, bringing my boyfriend's grandparents with them. They were in Australia. I get along with boyfriend's grandparents from his mom's side of the family, but the ones from his dad's side of the family are a different story. Also, I don't want to offend any Australians because I know that their attitude is not related to the country. My relationship with them has been rocky from the start. First, they didn't like me because I was Latina and thought that I was only using boyfriend and that I didn't even speak the language. I've always remained civil despite the racism. In the end, they accepted me because I am a light-skinned Latina. And in their words, "At least the babies won't be too dark." I tried to ignore their comments, mostly based on the fact that I help take care of my grandma and great-grandma, and know that sometimes they lose track of thought and make some out-of-place comments. Still, boyfriend's grandparents' comments sometimes tend to go too far. Now, since the beginning, me and boyfriend have shared our views on kids. We would like to start a family either in our late 20s or early 30s, but first we have a lot of goals to accomplish. On February 14th, we ended up having a dinner with my boyfriend's family and my family. Sounds lame, but our families are close, and it was a lot of fun. Here I was talking to my boyfriend's mom about my pregnancy scare. Yes, we are that close. She was really nice about it. Long story short, I changed my birth control prescription, but the new pills were giving me pregnancy-like symptoms, and I think entitled grandma may have overheard. Now comes the beginning of the awkward encounters. We were having dinner, but this time they targeted my boyfriend's younger brother. He is gay, and they haven't really said it to his face, but they aren't the most accepting, and sometimes their acceptance comes in inappropriate comments, like, "Here, have $80, you need to buy condoms, you know, gays sleep around, I don't want you getting AIDS." Whoa. This time the comment from his grandpa was, "Well, that guy, his ex, is getting old." His ex is 23. "He probably wanted a family and, well, you can't get pregnant." Cue uncomfortable silence.
Well, I mean, if not, insert my name here, can have your baby. She is in fertile age. Again, I'm 19. She is your sister-in-law, and since you are gay, she owes a baby to the family and an extra baby for you.
Cue another uncomfortable silence, and my boyfriend's dad changed the topic. We aren't even married yet, and I know they don't like me that much, but still, they refer to me as their granddaughter-in-law. Still, I should have known that something was up because they were treating me way too nice that night. The next day, I had a small celebration with my boyfriend. Still, even he was confused because his grandparents gave him $200 to treat me the future mother of his heir. Since we know that they have told us before to get married and have kids, we didn't pay attention to that comment. A couple of days go by and February 24th rolls around. In my college, we have a small tradition that February 14th, couples celebrate, and on February 24th, it's dedicated to friendships and special couple-y announcements and congratulations. This means that people can contact the group in charge and bring stuff to surprise someone. Things like congratulations for getting in a relationship, getting married, or having a baby. Sometimes these are made by friends or family. I think you may see where this is going. Basically, I was in the middle of English pronunciation class when suddenly the group in charge of delivering all this stuff walked in with a big balloon that said, in Spanish, "Congratulations, mother-to-be," and a couple of other ones that had variations of, "I'm so happy that you are my friend." One of my classmates is 28 and married, so I thought it was her who was pregnant, and even jokingly told her why she hadn't shared the news. When suddenly, a girl in the group calls me and in front of the class says, "Congratulations to the future mama, we are so happy for you." I froze and had to explain that it must have been a prank, that I wasn't pregnant, and tried to awkwardly laugh it off. After the class, she told me that an older lady told her in broken Spanish that I was pregnant and that she wanted to celebrate it. I was peeved, but at this point, nothing that a couple of explanations couldn't fix. 2 days go by, and on Wednesday, I went to boyfriend's house to have dinner with his family, because his grandparents are leaving on Saturday. Boyfriend's parents were doing a barbecue. Yes, we have barbecue as dinner sometimes, for the sake of keeping peace. I didn't say anything. When I finished eating, that boyfriend's entitled grandma, "You should eat more, you know," and then winked at me. I played dumb until she yelled, "When were you gonna tell us about the baby?" I tried to explain to her in a calm voice that I wasn't pregnant, and yes, she had eavesdropped on my previous conversation with boyfriend's mother, but she assumed I was pregnant. This is where boyfriend's entitled grandpa came into play and started the cussing out.
What do you mean that we aren't having a baby?
Then entitled grandma said,
"We accepted someone as low class as you into this family and you don't want to give anything back?"
Then entitled grandpa said,
I bet she's pregnant, but from another guy. You know, Latinas are floozies.
Now, as I mentioned before, boyfriend's mom is Latina, born in Colombia, but moved to El Salvador when she was young, and she didn't take kindly to this comment. And neither did boyfriend's dad, and quickly shut up after boyfriend's dad threatened to send them to a hotel for the remaining time. This time I didn't get an apology since after being scolded they went back to their room and I think they fell asleep. I stayed for a couple more minutes, talked to boyfriend's family, and left rather quickly. Needless to say, I'm not going back to their house until they leave. Edit, I just got off the phone with my boyfriend's mom. Apparently, boyfriend's dad had a really stern conversation with his parents and supposedly they are going to apologize. Also, boyfriend's mom pretty much confirmed to me that the reason why the grandparents supported their relationship was because she doesn't look like a typical Latina. She has light brown hair and blue eyes, and also because she, in the grandpa's words,
had 2 boys, 1 deviated but boy nonetheless. They have to carry the family last name.
Also from the comments, I get the idea to prank the grandparents if they keep pushing the idea of kids. We're telling them that my boyfriend is infertile. I've already talked about this in a group chat with boyfriend's brother, and his parents. I'll update later to inform what went down. I'll try to make this as short as possible. Basically, their apology was,
"We're sorry that you got offended."
They calmed down a bit, but they brought up the topic of kids again. This is where we started our petty revenge that backfired. Basically, boyfriend told them that he was infertile. His grandpa simply went back to his room for a bit, but what he said when he came back to the living room shocked everyone.
"Well, it doesn't matter.
Boyfriend's name
Has a healthy younger brother and he can give us sperm. Just
Screw my name.
And it's done.
Boyfriend's younger brother's name.
It's gay anyway, so you don't have to be jealous and the family genes will carry on.
Entitled Grandpa said this like it was the easiest solution to everything. Then my furious boyfriend simply said that was the last straw and dragged me out of there. I simply heard a lot of screaming going on inside. Right now, boyfriend's younger brother is driving us to get food and then to my house. They're staying here for the night since they refuse to talk to their grandparents. Boyfriend's dad called me and profusely apologized for his father's actions, but I still don't blame him since he was also a victim of his father's pushing behavior. So yeah, seems like our future kids won't talk to them nor have any type of communication with them. Holy poon nuggets. That's a wild family there, man. I think it's really cool how the OP here, they could talk to her boyfriend's mom about, a pregnancy scare. Like, that type of closeness is really impressive, especially since they aren't even married. And typically people aren't 100% okay with their kids having kids with someone that they're dating and not married to. So that's really cool of them to be cool about, I guess. I don't know. I need that kind of support in my life, Because I'm telling y'all right now that if I ever get pregnant, I want to be able to tell my girlfriend's mom about it, okay? Alright guys, this story's called Give My Child Your Stuffed Animal. Buckle up because this gets weird. I, late 20s, female, long walks on the beach, have a stuffed animal that has been with me ever since I was a toddler. I even vaguely remember seeing it in some department store, JCPenney's I think, and instantly falling in love with it. It's a pink rabbit called Fuzzy, and I am very attached to it. I have nightmares, and I still sleep with Fuzzy because it helps to stop me from scratching at my arms and face during a night terror. I've taken very good care of her, and she's never needed mending or have any stains aside from general wear and tear, like her rabbit tail being a bit ratty, and she's getting kind of flattened out, but she's over 20 years old, and that's senior citizen and plushie age, so I treat her pretty fragile. I've mentioned in other posts that I live in a very small town, the kind where generations of families have lived and died here and everybody knows everyone. So today I was at the laundromat because our dryer is dead, so we wash our clothes at home and then use the laundromat dryers to finish. I was washing all my bedding stuff, including Fuzzy, when this entitled mom walked in with her toddler daughter. I know her mostly just by face. Our moms were in high school, but we've never been friends or anything like that. Just the typical southern nod and hand raise when passing by. Her daughter is maybe 2 to 3 years old, I think. I'm not very good at guessing children's ages. I was removing the sheets, folding them, and then I left Fuzzy for last to put her on top because I don't want to put any weight on her. Like I said, senior citizen plushie here. The toddler was standing next to her mom, who was putting laundry in to clean, saw Fuzzy and made that childlike squeal of delight sound and came rushing over and started trying to grab her. Now at first, her mom came over pretty fast saying, "Oh no, that's not yours," to her daughter and took her hand to pull her away. But the toddler was not having it and started throwing a bit of a tantrum, whining and crying while still grabbing for Fuzzy and kind of saying, want it, mama." I go to pick up my basket when the mom gives this huge sigh. "Okay, how much do you want for the damn rabbit?" No, sorry, not for sale." "Come on, I'll give you like $10 for it." I said, "No, I'm not selling my rabbit to you." "Your rabbit?" "Yeah, my rabbit." "Seriously? I thought it was like for your kid or something. Give me that, you're too damn old for that thing." And then this lady tries to reach over my basket and grab Fuzzy. I jerked away and ended up dropping the entire newly clean load onto the floor. Whoa. Jesus Christ, I said no! "You're acting like more of a damn child than my kid is. Give me that frickin' rabbit." We both kind of jumped for Fuzzy, and I got to her first and tucked her away into my chest, but she managed to grab a leg. I froze because I didn't want to start a tug-of-war and risk ripping the leg off. "Lady, what the hell is wrong with you? You're really starting a fight in a laundromat over a plush toy? In front of your kid?" "God, just give it to me. You're too old for crap like this." "Let go! You're gonna rip it! And then no one will be happy because no one will get it." And we stood there for a minute, me turned away as much as I can with Fuzzy tucked in and her still having a death grip on the leg. And then someone else walked in, just another person from town lugging around their laundry. And it was like a scene from a comedy movie or something where we're just staring at each other like a 3-person standoff.
Do you need help?
I'm not sure which one of us he was talking to, but it seemed to scare the entitled parent off that someone else was there to witness her being a nutcase because she let go. I'm thinking the potential embarrassment was more pressing to her than getting fuzzy was.
Oh no, it was just a little disagreement.
Okay, you psychopath, you can back away and leave me alone now. Am I gonna have to worry about you breaking into my house to steal my rabbit?
Oh no, it wasn't that serious.
Really? Because it seemed like you were ready to throw down over a toy. So I'm not all convinced you're all that stable.
I'll leave you alone, I promise.
Good. I gathered my stuff and went to my car. I was about to leave, but decided to drop in at the grocery store attached. It's like a strip mall type with a grocery store, laundromat, and a few small shops attached, all run by the same guy. And told the manager what happened. He asked if I wanted to call the cops, but I said she didn't hurt me or anything, so no. But to maybe keep an eye out for her, because if this is how she acted over not getting a toy for her kid, God only knows what else she'd do. Now I'm wondering if my ma is gonna get any weird phone calls soon. Hahaha. Fuzzy is fine too, and now soft and clean. Small towns are a trip. I've lived in small towns most of my life. Right now I live in the biggest town I've ever lived in, because it's a city. Woodlands, Texas represent. Anyway, I've never seen anything like this happen. This seems like more of a city thing than a small town thing, because in small towns, reputation, you get one really quick if you do something stupid. In a city, you can do stupid crap all the time, and it would take a little bit for you to get a reputation. But small towns, people are more, at least in my experience, more aware of their idiocracy. That's ironic. Idiocy.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.